All right. So thank you very much. This is our first attempt to hold a webinar. We were quite hit last week by the news of Google that more or less killed Eddystone, the physical web. Just in order to give you a slight overview of what the physical web and what Eddystone is. This will be the first part of the webinar. Then the second part will be what will be the effects on you and what could be substituting Eddystones for you. Here with me, I'm Georg Holzer from Xamum, is Bruno Hotzenberger, the technical brain behind Xamum. So I hope we will give you a good overview of what Eddystone was, and that Google step was a little bit painful, but not that bad at all. All right?
Go for it.
Go for it. So Bruno, can you give us a short introduction, just in a few sentences, of what Eddystone was and what Google intended to do with the physical web?
Eddystone actually and the physical web was Google's attempt to bringing beacon technology that was quite widely used on Apple's platform actually to their platform by not broadcasting IDs that trigger apps, but by broadcasting URLs, so bringing technical way of giving the web physical context. So if you're something that is interesting and there's a website for it, basically, you can connect this on your phone. And this is what happened within your Chrome. You got a notification. First it was in Chrome, then now it is actually a single part in your notification bar without having to install an app. And you would see, okay, you're near Xamum right now. Yeah, and then you can get the information. One of the examples Google showed on the right beginning was, for example, if you come close to a parking meter, you get notified that you're close to a parking meter and get to the application to pay for your parking ticket.
So one of the big advantages was that you could use one beacon for either iPhone and Android, and on Android you wouldn't need an application in case you got Bluetooth and GPS on, right?
Yes, but that's the same thing for iBeacons actually.
Yeah, and for iBeacons you need an application.
You don't need an application, but the rights are the same. And you also need Bluetooth on, and of course the app that detects it needs to have location permission.
Exactly. So what we always tell our customers that it's really hard way to get on the user's phone to bring your message forward, to bring a message to potential customers, buyers, users, visitors, and so on. It's really hard, and it just got a little bit more hard, a little bit harder. So Bruno, can you share a little bit at least? We won't get into the specifics of some of our customers, but can you share a little bit of how widely this was used and how widely this was adopted?
Yeah, there's actually one thing. You have a lot of Android phones, so you have the side of notifications delivered. And actually, we delivered quite a lot of notifications each and every day for our customers. So basically, everyone who has an Android phone and who has Bluetooth on, which is a lot of people because of fitness trackers and headphones and stuff like that, were able to get these notifications. But since they were silent, you actually have to go into your notification bar and look for them. Mm-hmm. So we had an opening rate that was not that big, to be very honest, because people didn't see it. Because if I'm walking across the street and there is an Eddystone in reach and I walk past by it and I never look at my phone, I will never see this notification. And this is what actually happened.
So
a lot of cases.
And if I got out of range of the beacon, which is about 100 meters in 200 meters in the radius, yeah. Once I get out of the reach of the beacon, the notification disappeared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody ever saw it.
Yeah, but at least it was at least in some locations, quite a good technique to do advertising for applications. Right?
And this is actually the reason why Google shut them down.
Yeah.
Because you're right. If, for example, you're at the train station. This was the ideal case. You're waiting for your train. Yeah. What do people do? They open their phone. They open WhatsApp. They do anything. But most of them got the phone in their hand because they need to kill time. Mm-hmm. So sooner or later they will take a look at the notification bar and see stuff. And what happened? Not actually in Austria it wasn't that bad, but in America and in UK. A lot of people use this and delivered what Google calls spam.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this technology got misused. Yeah, not with useful information, but with spammy information.
Yeah.
And
So
Google had lost control over it, basically. That's what they admit in the blog post.
yeah. So my first contact to this was a mobile advertising in Vienna for a soft drink brand made in Austria. I guess you got the idea who did it, an energy drink, and so it was widely misused as spam. I'm happy to say that none of our customers used it for spam. They all used it for legitimate things like advertising to phones. Hey, come on, there is this sightseeing object, the Lindwurm, for example, the cathedral, or let's say Salzburger Landtourism used it. Gregor is on the line here for advertising their app for this 200-year anniversary of Silent Night. But they only used it within the context of telling a broader story. Yeah, right.
Yeah, of course. As I said, in our region, I never noticed this technology as spam. And in our context, especially in our customers, this is an add-on technology. Yeah, this is not the only thing you use our system for, because of exactly these reasons. Yeah, you see this or you don't see it, and actually the possibility that you don't see it is high. Yeah, so this is one way of getting to the phone of your customer. Yeah, this is not the way or the only way when you're using our system. And that's actually a good thing. Yeah, our customers all knew that with this technology you reach a certain percentage of people in a certain percentage of cases, and there is this big other case where you need different technologies to reach your customers.
Yeah, the intriguing thing about Eddystones was that you just have one beacon and you just add another configuration, another set of configurations. In this case, just a URL that you write on it with the application that comes with the manufacturer. And then, bam, you got this service out of the box by Xamum. We actually did quite a lot of work in order to give a good user experience and to do this. Yeah, and 1 year ago, almost exactly 1 year ago, in October last year, originally Google supported also the iPhone.
Yes.
Yeah, and almost exactly 1 year ago, with one sudden change of Google, they dropped support for iPhone. It used to be also a very hard one. So you had to install Google's Chrome, and then in the widgets along on the left side, if you got the Chrome widget in there, then you would have seen this. So it wasn't that much usage coming from the iPhone anyway. But almost a year ago, it could have been also an alarm sign for us that if Google misses out on the opportunity of having the second biggest mobile phone platform, there is not so much energy within the platform, within the physical web platform. This was the one sign, and the other sign is if you go to the Twitter account of Google's physical web, their last message is also one of the first messages. So they actually have never been really active on the web, promoting the technology and bringing it to more users. So Google, so Bruno, what happened on our big mobile content day in the evening? What did Google exactly communicate?
Google communicated that they will shut down the whole physical web and Eddystone project, and also the support within Android on December the 6th, which basically means it goes away. It's gone from one day to the other. So actually on December the 6th, nobody will retrieve Eddystone notifications or physical web notifications anymore on their phones in the notification bar.
All right. So the beacons will still broadcast the URL,
yes.
And there's some companies saying, hold on. There's still Samsung's internet.
Yes, and also Firefox theoretically.
And also theoretically Firefox. So there won't be zero effect from Eddystone, but there will be 0.001% of users coming from there. So it will still be supported by Samsung's internet.
Yeah, Firefox.
And I think also Opera.
Could be.
Yeah.
But as you said, this is a irrelevant number. And the next thing is, if Google shuts it down, they are the next to shut it down.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as they find it in their source base, they will shut it down as well.
Yeah. So Google basically said that too many people were searching for ways to get rid of these notifications, of the nearby notifications, let's call it concretely with their proper name. And they said, as you said, that on December the 6th, there will be the last message sent to the notification bar.
This is, by the way, not totally true when you say nearby, because there are other nearby messages. For example, if you are close to a train station or something, you get notifications about, let's say that you could install the app from ÖBB, for example, or the times the trains come and leave. These are actually also nearby notifications, but they are broadcasted by Google and they are mostly paid. This is Google Ads. This is also a nearby notification, but this is ad value Google is selling.
Location-based advertising by
Yes.
Google.
Yes.
Yeah.
But technically, this is nearby.
All right.
This is not Eddystone and not physical web, but this is nearby.
And one more thing that we shouldn't confuse, there is still another thing about the nearby API that you can integrate into Android apps and iOS apps also. But these again make necessary that the user installs an app. One of the great things again that was possible with Eddystone, that there was no app needed.
If I have an app, there's actually no need for Eddystone anymore from a technical perspective because I can use Eddystone, as I already did.
Yeah. So we got you covered with what Eddystone is and what happened. So what will be the consequences? I think we can talk about 3-4 consequences, which we also got on our blog, xamum.com/blog. One consequence will be that the already quite crowded app ecosystem will be more important. So if you got an application, let's say that promotes points of interest, applications and mobile apps will be more important from now on. Am I right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You lost the channel, so your other channels get more important. That's the thing. Yeah. You've lost the channel to promote your app, so you need to find other ways to promote your app. That's the first very important thing, because now the app is the only way to interact on a location-based manner if you want to have a notification. Of course, you still have smart labels and stuff like that, visual things that also, of course, get more important. Yeah. To bring people to install your app in the end. Yeah. This has to be even more your goal than it has been up until now.
Yeah. One more thing, we as Xamum, we don't believe in the single technology. So there's actually quite a number of companies that we are following, because they are kind of also our competitors that are only focusing on one access technology. If we are talking about access technology, we sometimes call them also location identifier or context identifier. We not only mean beacon and Eddystones, but we also mean iBeacons and Eddystones, but we also mean QR codes, NFC tags. By the way, the iPhone is now fully supporting NFC tags, and also GPS geofencing. And if the next technology will be around, I think one of the next consequences we need to talk about it is will be a little bit more skeptical probably. So if Google comes along with the next super cool technology that will give us another bridge between the physical world and the phone, I think I at least might be a little bit more skeptical, as long as it's not an open standard, as long as it's not really something that's got a commitment behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, but in this case, actually, you could say that when we adopted this technology was 2 years old.
Yeah, it was it was quite mature.
It was actually very old, and the Eddystone got a physical web, got its own foundation. Yeah. This was an open group working on this. Yeah. This was not just Google. Yeah. The thing is that in the end, it was just Google using it. That was the outcome. It was Google only using it.
And Google was introducing and supporting it.
Yeah, but not alone. Not alone. Yeah. But they were the only ones using it.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Samsung.
Samsung, you're right.
Firefox and Opera.
Yeah, there's a bar for me from where I call something using.
And the whole thing lives on GitHub.
Yes, of course, like everything does.
And to get a validator, which I was really often using because we had to do a lot of things to support it fully. So first things, apps will become more important. With that, iBeacons will become more important. So the investment that you did probably in beacons is not gone at all. And we can also, at the end, talk about later on, there is also quite an economic way to have an app. Or we can talk about it right now. So if the app store is more and more crowded, and if there's more and more people, more and more companies offering apps, the return of investment needs to be taken into consideration quite a lot. And yeah. All right. So what else? I'm looking at my notes here. Yeah, I think QR and NFC will be more important from now on going into the future. I can show you on, and there's also another blog post about this, how this works with the iPhone. I got here an NFC tag. I got an iPhone, and I can tap and hold also without the need of an application now. This is supported by the iPhone XS, XR, and XS Max. Previous iPhones like 7, 8, 8 Max, and 10 do have NFC tags in there, and you can use them within applications, but not out of the box, not directly in the operating system like it is supported with Android. This is only possible with the really newest one, the 2018 generation and onward and newer. Yeah. So having a beacon that really magically brings you tons and tons of users and tons of app installs, that's not an easy way to do, yeah. And that's not that has actually never been easy, and it actually has never been, how do you say, an easy step going from the physical world to the real world. Eddystone was quite a promising technology, and it brought us quite some traffic, but not as much as you would expect from the number of notifications that Google
of open.
Yeah,
actually notifications we get quite a lot, but
yeah,
but opens.
Yeah. It is hard, and it will need quite some effort to jump on the users, customers, potential customers, visitors' phone. We are committed to supporting all access technologies. We are committed to develop all potential ways to help to bring usage to our customers. But we also openly communicate to our customers that it's really hard, that it's not an easy way to go, that there's no easy way around tools, there's no cheating, and we always have been very transparent with the numbers. We don't inflate them artificially.
No, our customers get our numbers as they are.
As they are, and yeah. By that, if you got any questions, go to xamum.com. In the lower right corner, there is a chat bubble. You can always reach us on this way. You can send us an email at mail@xamum.com, xamoom.com. You see this also at the end then on discussed. We are looking forward to get your feedback. Just send us an email, mail@xamum.com again, or again, chat to us. We're also curious how you find the experience having a talk with us. Maybe next time a little bit more interactive with your questions answered. But please let us know, do you like the format of a webinar? So we might do the one or the other in the future. If you got any questions regarding location technology, mobile content management systems, just hit us. You can always get a free demo from us. And by this, I say good evening from Europe, good evening from Austria, and
have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening. Stay tuned. Bye.